and 6 months in the case of the
Good evening, Ikenke Greg. I greet you. So, my people, you're welcome to this live broadcast without wasting your time. This evening, we want to begin this broadcast with what is going on in the United Kingdom. Finally, after exactly a year of persecution and everything, Ekweremmadu, his wife, and the doctor that did all the arrangements for them has just received their sentences. So I want to begin with sharing the sentences as the judge was reading part of it.
The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Divine-Iyke, 10 years and 6 months in the case of Ekweremmadu.
10 years and 6 months. I don't know why Nigerian reporters report 9 years and 6 months, right? That's what they were reporting up and down. And I was wondering, but when I'm hearing from him, he said, so I was like, okay, are they minusing the 1 year he has already stayed in jail? That would be it. That's only how it will make sense. Because in the news, they said the doctor got 10 years, the wife got 4.5 more years, and he got 9.5. And I was wondering, when I'm hearing it directly here, and they are saying it is, you understand me, that 10 years and 6 months. So I don't know why our people cannot give accurate information the way it is. I don't understand. So sorry guys, I digressed again.
The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Divine-Iyke,
10 years, Obi no better.
10 years and 6 months in the case
10
of
years and 6 months,
Ekweremmadu, and 6 years in the case
6
of
years.
Ekweremmadu.
Beatrice Ekweremmadu.
Divine-Iyke, stand up, please. There are aggravating features in your case. You deliberately targeted a victim who was particularly vulnerable due to his young age, his isolation from his immediate family.
He said, Obinna Obeta, the doctor. Neither they say, you, Obinna Obeta, oh, yeah, stand up. You, your matter, not even hard pass. You get the power and the authority. You go target poor man, where they separated with from a family. You can't see him as easy target. Now you can't go after him.
And his poverty.
Because of his poverty.
The conspiracy to exploit C was thwarted. You continue to try and find another person to be exploited.
And when they can't reach there, see say the thing where they find, that kid where they find for that man body, say work out as them planner. Instead of them to give up, they go find another person. Now so the thing bad reach. You understand? So for their eye now, only they are picking in life now matter. The rest they no send. This one no work. You can't still go to find another person.
In the same way, as against that, you have no previous convictions, and you are a person of good character.
But now the Obinna Obeta, that is the doctor. So now the clip where I see this, and I not see the remaining clip. But what is important in this clip is that they said Ekweremmadu is 10 years and 6 months. I don't know. Nigerian newspaper, Abel, we are not for they see 9 years and 6 months. I don't know. Because even the wife, they say 4 years, I'll be 4 years and 6 months or something, I'll be wondering. But when I'm hearing here and I'm hearing 10 years and 6 months, 6 years. So I don't understand where the discrepancy is coming from. I mean, the English no clear. Yeah. So this is the position that Iyke Ekweremmadu have found himself. So let me show you the picture of the 3 people that we are talking about here. So what we are seeing here is Iyke Ekweremmadu and his wife and the doctor, Obi no better. That's the one to the right, you see? Yeah. So the big one is the big man among them, Iyke Ekweremmadu. They say now they clean up people. So the man know they get feeling before. So they can't use big or Oyibo country, they don't know who be Oga. Oga at the very top. They know, but if they catch you, you don't go inside finish you, then nothing go save you. Nothing. You fit to dey do wetin they do, but if they catch you, aka parag, your own don't finish. So my people, mkpụrụ mmiri bụ journalism. My people, una good evening. If you are just joining us, now Ekweremmadu, a former deputy the Senate president of Nigeria. Now we dey talk. So this man was Senate president for how many years? For how many years? More than 10 years. This man was sitting there. He did not build hospital when the opportunity came for him. He did not do the right thing. You understand? So when his child became sick, he's still going only that his own that he know. They did the arrangements and they now went to organize that boy. As they organized the boy, they reach abroad now. They can't say the boy something no match. As we said, this boy something no match, they can't still they look for who the thing go match. Because they really want to save their pikin, they no send the other people. So finally, our brother don't enter Oyibo people wahala. And now they have sentenced him to 10 years and 6 months in prison. You don't finish with that. Because a lot of people are saying, what will happen? Nothing will happen. He will have to serve it.
The applicable starting his isolation from his immediate family and his poverty.
I don't know what happened though. I don't know. This thing, I don't know. I'm just looking at this news and I don't understand. Like, can I say it? Like, there's a part of me that will want to feel sorry for him. Then I will remember that he's actually not a victim. There's a part of me that want to feel sorry for him, right? I say, and there's a way we have been trained to feel sorry for big man. When something happened to our so-called big man, we they like to leave him for God. So maybe now that's where the whole thing is coming from. When I'm looking at Ekweremmadu and what has happened to him, how they feel like say, we'll leave her for God, because in our Nigerian mindset now, God they deal with the big people. But if now small person will go thief handbag, ole, everybody go descend on. So that they go don't buy the person born and before they come say, but what happen? Say wetin thief? Wetin happen? We know they send, because now our own department be that small people will go deal. The small thing will go deal with that immediately. But the big one will go say, we leave it for God. So maybe that's where the sympathy is coming from. You understand? I don't know. Okay. Our brother is saying they will cut the thing for him for good behavior. I don't know. So 10 years, no be more, 10 years. The man, on top of it, he has lost his house. He's no longer a senator. His properties, they are dragging it. Corruption, like he has so much going for him. The story of Iyke Ekweremmadu.
Starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of a
10 years.
10 years and 6 months in the case of Ekweremmadu,
10 years.
and 6 years in the case of Beatrice Ekweremmadu. Abina Abeta, stand up, please.
So the thing is, assuming, for example, when they brought that guy and they saw that, you know, he didn't work out, maybe they were treating him fine, maybe you understand, they didn't treat him like an object, a disposable object. He didn't serve his purpose, is of no use and no relevance, and moved on to the next. You know, I mean, tell me where they want to grant in leniency from, because you're a person of power and you have to be looking at the son of Her Majesty the Queen, where they say is associated with somebody where they bench small children for America. And the girl wey dey snap picture with her, the girl, they say the girl na like 16 years or 17 years, and na only that picture dem get, so dem never get any other thing wey dem get. That man, he don lose all im royalty. That he remain make e go jail. E dey for open prison. So if you dey do bad thing, if dem catch you, shebi na for our korokoro eye we dey see all these American stars, like R. Kelly, like Bill Cosby, the biggest of the biggest. If you do bad thing, if dem catch you, if you know this thing wey they say that God dey record everything wey good wey we do in our book of life. Now for this obodo oyibo, I know say they get that book of life, because they are keeping record, even though you don't know the record dey kampe. They are keeping record. Everything you are doing, you think that they are not seeing, is a lie. Anything you are doing, you think they are not seeing, they are seeing you. I don't even know who let these bingos out. Who let these bingos out? Children of Ashawo women that are disturbing public space. Who let you people out? Who brought you out of the bush? Umu bingos. What is this? What are you people doing outside? And unfortunately for the Nigerian politicians and the Nigerian elite, the only thing that they are looking for is a solution. They are looking like, well, there has to be something. Like, they are not looking into the crime. They are not seeing the criminality. They are only pleading for leniency. You know, like I've seen so many people that did something, someone paid with their life and all, they are sorry, but it doesn't make you not to face your consequences. Because hindsight is very, very 100% all the time. It's something that is at the back, you've seen it, it has happened, you can see the consequence. Of course, you are sorry, but before then, you don't know the consequence, so you are not sorry. So hindsight is 100%, so they don't care. I don't know. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. I'm coming. Let me block some of these bingos and remove them from the stream. So I'm now getting distracted. Exactly. Yeah, they are exactly. They are not seeing the crime of what Ekweremmadu committed. They are not seeing his crime. So, like I was telling you guys, I will look for a post I saw on Facebook, and they were saying that Ekweremmadu signed a memorandum of understanding with a university in the southeast, I think University of Nigeria and Nsukka or something like that, you know. And they said they are going to build a renal hospital or something like that, and they signed it and they are looking for it. They got the funds, and Ekweremmadu made them to sign some amount of money. He collected the money. He didn't build. I don't know. I saw that post, honestly. I saw that post. He said I should leave them. Oh God, I don't know. I'm not getting on with this video as the way I want to get on with it. Honestly, I'm not getting on with it. That is why they are still saying release Kanu, political solution, because they don't see criminality, they don't understand consequences as a deterrent. They only want there's always a way around something. They don't take something, no matter the gravity. They don't want you to, how can someone in such a high position of power do something of this magnitude, brazen, openly, right? Let me show you the video of the daughter. Yeah, I've gotten the video.
Guilty. Because I feel like already I feel guilty.
She says she dey feel guilty.
Because I feel like all this has happened because of me.
Because now, because of her, now I make all these things happen.
Me and my brother and my sister were at
So
home,
this is the family.
and the doorbell rings.
Are you seeing? She says she dey feel guilty. She's feeling guilty because it is because of her that her parents are in this problem, right? So this is the family. The father, the mother, and from among them, they no fit help each other. Okay, papa and mama, brother and sister, una no fit help each other. Okay, una no fit help each other, and una no fit accept, say, okay, say kuche chukwume, right? Then you take the treatment you need to take. No, you have to go and take somebody else own wey no dey valuable for you. E no reach you. Say, okay, may use that opportunity, build a hospital for Nigeria so that young people can come to that hospital, so that anybody that get that kind of problem will have opportunity. Many of the times you have this foundation here, this memorial hospital is a hospital that is built because a member of a rich family started having that problem, and they use it as a means to reach out. For example, the one I saw with my eyes when Kanu Nwankwo had his heart problem after they played that ball that they played at Atlanta 96 or something like that. And then it happened that he has heart problem. And then after that, he opened a heart foundation. And I know that many people who are having that heart problem have benefited from that, his foundation. And he's just a footballer. He doesn't have the power that this man has as a politician, as a top echelon of power. He could move things. That's why when they are crying juicy position, no Igbo man is Senate president, I don't used to bother, because when you are there as an Igbo man, how did an average Igbo person benefit from you being in that position? Right? So this is Ekweremmadu and his lovely family, and because of one of their family member, right, they are now inside this problem that they find themselves. So the lady is saying she's feeling guilty because it's because of her that this thing has happened. Her father is being sentenced to 10 years and 6 months. The mother is being sentenced to 6 years because of her. And the worst part is she's still having the sickness. They are still treating her, and all the Nigerian politicians are saying, please, there has to be a way around it. What can be done? Something has to be done. Nothing can. What is going to be done is that he's going to have to serve his sentence. Even if he did not serve it to the full, at least he will serve half of it. And then they will evaluate his condition, if he's good or not. That's what will happen. So let me play this audio for you guys.
Think is our parents, but it's a bunch of police at the door. They tell me this is, what they arrested me for, my first reaction was shock. It was difficult, especially seeing, not even just for me, because if it was a situation where it was just me, I think it would have been easier to handle. But seeing my parents in that situation as well was a lot. Fiction. It's sad. It's been really hard to really wrap my head around it. I understand the conviction. Personally, I disagree with it.
Okay.
However, that's from a very biased perspective as their daughter, and I would obviously always.
Now they hear the beke way they supple. He they hear the English way they speak. You go no say no be any English. You go no say he said go many better school. No be all this kind one way they speak where they hear the Igbo accent inside the English. This one whether they born for Britain say no go fit on know the difference again. That is the power of the kind of parent where she get. So not saying a parent but parent different from parents. Okay.
Law has taken its course, and we just have to now move forward as a family. Apart from the case and the trial, I'm also having dialysis.
What's the name of the condition that you have?
Okay, it's called nephrotic syndrome, FSGS. Basically, my kidneys are like small and they have like loads of big holes in it. Either I stay on dialysis for the rest of my life or I get a transplant. These are my two options.
Was it not possible to get a donor from within your family?
Okay.
I had the APOL1 So to us, that kind of meant that
I don't understand what she said. When they ask her, Nodoria akiri nwere ndị ezinụlọ m aghaghị inyere m aka maka na ha. What kind of Igbo are they even speaking? I don't understand what she said. Why?
So
Nodoria ndị ezinụlọ m aghaghị inyere m aka maka na ha.
To us, that kind of meant that, kind of excluded the family, especially on my dad's side, because they have quite a history of kidney conditions. In August of 2021.
Yeah, okay, on your mama side, uncle. I don't understand what she's saying. I don't understand the excuse. Can somebody please explain for me? They are asking her that why can't they get it from her side of the family, from her family? So I think she's trying to say that they have the condition in her family, but so that excluded her side of the family, right? I don't understand, because something like this, if you know if you get her for your family, you can't carry yourself go London, carry person pikin go London. You understand? And maybe una no really explain for finish, because many times when you want to take a poor person to anything abroad, like the other day I was hearing somebody was saying that they took somebody to Iraq, that they are taking our women to Iraq, and that they are using they are suffering there. So many people, if they don't say outside country, you don't even need to call the name. Outside country. Shall I show you video of our boys that they deceived? They say they are taking them to Port Novo. When they hear outside country, they don't know where it is.
When obviously I found out that it was a possibility that would need a transplant, that's when we kind of reached out to people.
How involved were you in finding a donor, in particular this young man?
I wasn't involved at all. It was mostly my family that handled everything to do with my
No, she's not trying to justify them, but it doesn't change what she thinks. She's saying it herself that she sees that she feels it's wrong from a biased perspective because it's her parents and because she is on her own behalf that they are inside this trouble. So of course she's having that feeling that she don't want them to be where they are. You understand? But on the other hand, she understands the judgment because they committed a very big offense, especially as big people we get the political power. It's to say ordinary parents now. Ordinary parent now, maybe get pampers, get all this, say enter store, go to all those kinds of things different. But when someone have the power and the ability and the money and stoop so low to go and do something like that. If they catch you for this abroad, you cannot go free.
I was aware that someone did come forward. I had just come over to the UK, I believe, with my uncle. My mom and I wanted to thank him for that, and the picture was basically for memories.
It was mentioned in court that this man was portrayed as your cousin. Did you know that?
Yeah, I mean, I can't answer that.
Were you aware that's the narrative that they were going for?
To an extent, but not really. I didn't really know anything leading up to it. I don't feel anything towards him. I, wish him all the best. And that's really it.
There were some texts between you and your parents, and they offered a couple of people, or they showed you a couple of people who could be donors. Was that not some sort of involvement from your side?
I wouldn't say it's an involvement. They just wanted me to see the progress that they had made.
Have you been able to find someone else?
Well, shortly after that, I had put out an appeal, and a lot of people came up, but we weren't really able to do anything with that as of now because I'm still on dialysis. Hopefully, I would be able to, get the transplant soon. But as you know, our family is still in the middle of a trial. I would like to also use this opportunity to apologize to them for the way everything has played out.
You've been seeing them, visiting them in jail.
This is the daughter.
Where are their heads at? What are they kind of thinking about the whole situation?
They're quite calm, surprisingly.
But me, I don't understand. She's not living in the UK. She's not born in the UK, but her English, it be like who they live in the UK. Well, unfortunately, the law is no respecter of persons in a place like UK. If they catch you, that's the thing. A lawyer, a whole deputy senate president, you're supposed to know now. You are not supposed to say you don't know. You don't know the law in the country you are going to. In the country that you are operating, you don't know the law. And again, you have the ability. You have the ability to build medical centers, to use that opportunity to buy this dialysis machine, equip it. Even the money they use for banquet and all these parties, they can roll it into one and put such a facility there and employ the manpower, send them for trade like that. You have the power to do so much good. But you're just looking for the easy way out, like you just want to take the organ. What about that person? What about the life of that person? What about the future of that person? This is exploitation. It's not what medicine is meant for. And it is because of things like this that they did the law in the first place. Because across the globe, there are so many poor people that, you understand, if you even tell them, they will say, what am I even alive doing? They don't know. They don't know any better. So the law is there to protect them, even in their ignorance, right? It's just like when people are taking women from Nigeria and other places, they will say, but they agreed. Yes, they agreed, but they don't even know what is waiting for them, because they think that is out of their ignorance they can agree. But you are taking them from wherever and bringing them, you understand what exactly you have in mind for them, how it's going to play out. You already know the end, but they have only their hope for a better life. That's the exploitation. Their dream to escape their poverty. That is the exploitation. And this is the crime that our people are not seeing, right? Because we don't know the parents of this boy now, of this young man. We don't know. So we don't have any sympathy towards him. We only have the respect and the regard that we have for our big man. The problem of our big man, we like to leave it for God. But the problem of like, if you bring that young man out now, they're ready to beat and make it buy. They're ready to beat and make it buy. Say, you. But that Ekweremmadu, doesn't matter. They will lift him high. yeah, it has happened. It has happened. They went through the law. They have all the evidence. They did their Nollywood script. They told her to say, they snap picture. They went to extra length to prove or to make it look like that guy was a family member, right? So if you went extra length, assuming they say, okay, it's even transactional, say, but for you to actually go this extra way to try to, create another scenario, another narrative to end up with what you are looking for, say the kidney where they inside in body, it's a big offense. It's a big offense. So anyway, this is the unfortunate situation that Senator Ekweremmadu has found himself. And there's nothing anybody can do about it. He will have to serve some time. Let me give you guys an example. Here in Germany, there was a former president. That man was sacked because he asked for a loan, like he applied for a loan. But in the office where they are processing that loan, there's something like knowing who no man, so because he has some kind of acquaintance with some of the people processing the loan, they process that loan for him faster than normal process. Maybe the thing will take like 4 weeks. He got it like in 1 week or something like that. They process the loan. No, it's not like he embezzled the money. It's not like he's not going to pay. Just that the process was fastened because of his position, because of his, like, taking his office advantage and putting it on those people working in that office. So they expedited the process for him and he got the loan in record time. For this alone, this man was dragged and this man was relieved from office as the president. Like everything about him just kind of went down the drain. His wife divorced him, for something like a loan. And there's another something that happened. The chairman of Bayern, Bayern Munich, this football club is a big deal, and this man was not paying tax. Like, he's not paying taxes, all the taxes he's supposed to pay. He's not paying all of them complete. And so at some point, he now realized that it's like, maybe they are going to catch up with him. He now repented or whatever. I don't know his motivation, but he now went by himself to go and report himself to them and say, CEO, he didn't pay these taxes so long. They now brought law for him that for him not to pay taxes, so this is the law. He has to go to jail. Can you imagine that? He went to report himself. He's ready to pay. But because he broke the law in the first place, that he did not pay that time that he's supposed to pay, the window of the time he's supposed to pay all those taxes has passed. He has to pay for that consequence. Right? So he was sentenced. He went to that jail. As big man as he is, he went to that jail. When a society like Nigeria is not ready to take justice serious, that they see anything that anybody does as they say has to be a way around it, there has to be a way around, then there's a problem. For example, there is a Nigerian that just became a mayor in a part of Canada. They just made him a mayor, some kind of a local authority. And then he was driving to his office or somewhere, and he was driving too fast. So the police stopped him for speeding, and they gave him a ticket. Now, all he needed to do was to go and pay for that ticket. Lobato, nobody will know anything, that you understand. Like, it was an infringement, like they give you point, they make you to pay a fine. But in his Nigerian mindset that he went there with, he was like, does he know me? Does he know who I am? He doesn't know that I am the mayor of this city. That is why he now gave me tickets, right? So instead of him to just jejely drive to where he will pay the ticket and move on, no, he now called the police department because he has forgotten he has forgotten. I've forgotten his name. It happened in Canada just last year. He has forgotten that he's not in Nigeria, where they are using their power and authority to cajole themselves. He now calls the police department and saying, hello, it's so person, and I just want to tell you that I was on the way, and then your boys gave me a ticket, something like that. So the person on the line was like, okay, so why are you calling us? Like, what do we like? I'm not understanding. You understand? Like, why are you calling the office? Before the man go know wetin dey happen, by the time he's leaving work that day, the news was all over the place. It was global. Like, so you are trying to use your office to influence the ticket that police gave to you. You want to break down the system of orderliness that they have put in place. Yeah. So because you feel so above the law, you place a call on the police department. Do you want them to withdraw the ticket? Like, for what purpose exactly? That was how he was demoted. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You remember Prince Armstrong. Yeah. So that's why when big people can get away with any kind of crime, how will the society be okay? Right? So they are telling you that somebody embezzled this money, somebody did this crime. You don't see any, you don't see the relevance of that person suffering any consequence, except it's a small thief that they just shout inside market, thief, oh, thief, oh, thief, oh, then all of you will run. Oh, boom, boom. Everybody will forget that they will leave something for God. But if it is big man, all those people at the top, you'll be hearing the money that you have not seen in your eyes. When you'll be hearing it that they thief it, you say, leave it for God. It's only God that know. No. So unfortunately, the only thing that will happen is he's going to serve the time. If not full, at least half of it. And his good behavior or non-behavior is what is going to change, and in the long run, maybe they will say, okay, go out and serve it. You will not be inside prison, but it's like you are not inside prison, but you are still under that sentence. You are still serving that sentence, but you are not in jail. Like here in Germany, they call it Aufbewahrung. That means you are still sentenced, but you will be out in the public. You will be doing community service. You'll be going for some courses. They will give you work that you'll be doing every week. Then at the end of that period, if you don't get into trouble again, then everything will be finished. But if in the course of you being under that probation, if anything happen, if you enter that place again, before you go see the blue sky, it go hard. The mayor no, I don't know. That guy was, I think he was from Imo State. I remember the story trended, and he was demoted. He was removed from that office, completely disqualified, because he went there with that Nigerian mindset. And how can Nigerian be good if everybody is thinking is what can be done? Something has to be done. So there's a way around it. Yeah, exactly, Henry. Yeah, you remember the story. So because we think that that's the general mindset. If that is how Nigerians have been trained to to see things. If they are telling you that this is the law, the mind is like, there's a way around it. There's a way around it, like some magic, something will have to happen around it. It's not your portion or something like that. There is something about the way they raise us that make us not to take into cognizance the full information and the expectations, the consequences, and all those kind of a thing. Because somehow we are expecting some magic, we are feeling some kind of special, some kind of out of reach, because of who you are, based on who you are, based on who your parents are, based on your genealogy, like based on one thing, or your fame. You understand? Based on one or two from this and that, you just be doing what you want. But if they catch you in Obodo Yibo, they know they look back. And that's how they have been able to maintain their system. Because they know they look back, whether you are mama, whether you are papa. And you know, when I was in Nigeria, if something happened in the family, like maybe something happened to children or all those things, do you know, I don't remember that the parents who were ever suspect in any of such case. You know, that somebody now come and say, maybe I'm looking for my son. As at that time, I don't know if the things have changed. Then they will say, oh, this woman, or maybe something happened to his child or something, that you are the one that everybody say, oh, so sorry. Oh. Like, it doesn't happen that the police is actually looking at you and thinking that you could be the one that did this, right? But here, when someone is even reporting crime, you are the first suspect. Like, you are the one that are crying for, but now you that the first the suspects. You were the closest, the family, the neighbor, all those kind of a thing. You understand? Great. I greet you, Obina. I greet you. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the place our brother found himself. Moving on quickly, I want to share with you the story that I shared with you about this brother. You remember, where is the picture of this man again now? Divine-Iyke. You remember? So, you know, when I make these posts about sit at home or about what is going on in the Southeast, a lot of people come out at me and say, oh, you have an agenda, things are no longer as they used to be, it's safe now, la, 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 la. But a lot of people are going there and walking into their end. Now, literally, like at a time like this, they will still be saying, oh, Akurulo, come home, invest at home, all those kind of a thing. And at the end of the day, if you go there, you may walk into their trap, right? So this man here, I made a post about him, I think last week, during the Easter period or thereabout. He went home. As he was about to enter his gate, that's where they came and took him, at the front of his house. You know, when someone have gotten to his destination and they were about to go into his house, that's when they came and took him. And this man in the community, he's a philanthropist. He helps a lot of people. Their payroll is on him, school fees, health. He brings people to come and do community outreach for his people. Like, you know, he's the kind of person that, and even that village he went to at that time that they got hold of him was also in planning for some good for the community. Right? Then they got hold of him and they took him. I made the post. Those of you that follow me, you will know the story. They took him and they contacted the family. They said they needed 5 million. The family was able to give it to them. Okay, let's even be hearing his voice. They cannot hear his voice. So they now told them that if they want to ultimately hear his voice, they should bring another 5 million. But initially, they were asking for 20 million. So they were not able to get 20 million. The family eventually were able to raise 10 million altogether, and they were still waiting to hear from him. And after they have given them the 10 million, they were not able to hear from him. Right? But eventually, police found the car that he was in. And they said the amount of red they found in that car. You know what I'm calling red, yeah? The amount of red they saw in that car, that they don't believe that this man is still with us, right? But so now they have found out where that, you know, he's gone. Around the place that they took him, they said around that place was smelling. So the people started going around the bush to look what is actually happening, what is really smelling. Then they saw that, body like that, and then they called police. Police now came and confirmed that it was this man. That is how he has gone. Look at this kind of gen. And if you see the Umubingo that took him out now, they have not seen food eat. They are inside the bush. They have not, they have not seen themselves, all this kind of a thing. And this is just one of them. They said another man that came for that same meeting, he barely escaped. He barely escaped. Yeah, because if you are telling them, they will be thinking you have an agenda, you have an agenda, blah 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 blah. You understand? And they will be playing it down. There is nothing worse than playing it down. They think that it is an act of patriotism to play it down. You know, if you really love your people and you have respect and regard for the people who have value in your society, you will not play down things like this. You will say it to the highest heaven. Say something like this, something like this. This is what is going on. Because they downplayed it. Even till today, some people, they will boldly tell you it didn't get to my village, it's not in my village, no, it didn't reach my side, all those kind of things, until they will walk into that place. I remember there's an audio I was playing. I remember the man, even as we were saying this thing, he went to the southeast. He now saw people stopping them, wearing police uniform. He used his own mouth that he used to eat food and tell them that, are we not the same policeman? He now brought us his ID card to show that he's a police person in today's Alibo. That even I didn't share itself. Just day before yesterday, they come out to another policeman head for Abba. That is what is going on in the southeast. This man, they have taken it. And on top of taking it, they still take 10 million from his family. No, they don't care about him, his family. And on top of, after everything, they are doing all this thing, they will still not call all this crime anything. They will still say they are looking for political solution. Why? Because like when they carry another person body, go be you like saying a stick. I'm telling you, if you value your life, if you have any value for yourself, stay away from there. That's only what I can tell you. Stay away from there. You don't know. You don't want to be among the statistics of people that cannot be accounted for. And I don't even understand the problem of the people that are police people there. Every day you will be hearing they took another policeman, they took like, I don't know. Why can't you like you are the one inside that place? How come you don't know the situation that your region have degenerated into? I don't know. Like, I want to share this picture with you. This one, they posted it. It's also a policeman. They took him out. Look at him. You don't go. Young man, wait till be crime, it be police. Another one they come out here just 2 days ago in Aba. What are you gaining with all this? What are you gaining? So, I don't know. I don't know what the benefit is for them, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. So before I go, because I don't even know, I'm just kind of overwhelmed, you know, like I said, about all these things. It's not giving me joy at all.
Custodial sentences of 10 years. The applicable starting points are custodial sentences of 10 years in the case of Divine-Iyke, 10 years and 6 months in the case of Ekweremmadu, and 6 years in the case of Beatrice Ekweremmadu. Divine-Iyke, stand up, please. There are aggravating features in your case. You deliberately targeted a victim who was particularly vulnerable due to his young age, his isolation from his immediate family, and his poverty.
And his poverty. And his poverty. That's the main issue. Because you cannot see a rich man picking someone and you go and tell him that kind of story. You cannot see. You know, even if someone is with their parents or, you know, have their family around them, you cannot have the access to them. So they know why they do that sentencing. They know that why they do that sentence. What Nigerian our Nigerian, what will it, the media they are saying is something can be done, something can be done, something can be done, what can be done. As a video I wanted to share with you, someone that is reporting for Chinese television. So she was just talking about, you know, that the guy lied. This victim, the victim that he lied. First of all, he said he was 15. He's not 15. You know, but he doesn't know that they have removed the law that penalizes victims. That's why that guy seemed to be protected, because they are looking at it that he's poor. And it was his poverty that made him to agree to whatever conditions, like, you know, using clear eye. You know, now you wait there in a place of power and position, you are the one in a place to exploit that person that is poor, from separated from his family, and you now tell him that you are taking him to London. So he's not thinking again. When he hear London, say, you want to take me to London? Even if you come and tell anybody around that his poor friend, they'll say, look at what someone said, they want to take me to the London. Say, and you are still here, you are still talking to us. Hey, oh, they'll even be saying, touch me, London hand, oh. You know, they will not even have any idea of what else to think. So poverty is a big deal. So the guy is being perceived as a victim. That's why they are not considering him, maybe whether he lied, whatever situation that Nigerian people will judge that supposed victim from. They are not looking at it for him in the UK or in the Western world. They will be looking at it for him that he's a victim, you know, and so they will protect him regardless. So they are not even giving information about him. They're not giving information about him. They're not saying anything about him. They're not even mentioning his name. That is how serious they are taking his protection. And it's not because it's like Iyke Ekweremmadu. It could be anybody. That's how they will protect that person's identity. You will be hearing the news, but you don't know the person. And even if at some point his name was made public, they will even use their power. The government will change his name for him so that he can live a normal life. You know, he's a protected individual now. Government protected pikin. That's what he has become. Yeah, unfortunately for me, I hope that our politicians will learn. Abroad it is sweet tonight. Abroad it is sweet tonight. But you cannot touch and go in abroad. You cannot go and do bad thing and escape. If they catch you, your own is finished. If they catch you, your own is finished. Look at Iyke Ekweremmadu. He has even lost weight. Look at his face. But there is still a window of appeal, and I believe that they are going to appeal it. So we shall have to wait and see if they appeal, what the outcome of the appeal will be. He said Nigeria is still the giant of Africa. You know, the funny thing is you are associating yourself with PDP and you are happy with PDP, right? But Ekweremmadu was operating under PDP for so many years. Not even the road, the highway leading to his hometown was built, but the money was paid severally. But he squandered the money. He did not use the money. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. There are some other news I wanted to share with you guys, but I think it's enough for today's more than an hour. Maybe we can leave it tomorrow. Tomorrow is the coronation, and maybe we can look at the coronation or something like that. You know, I want to show you this thing today. It was transported for the coronation here. I don't know if you people have heard about it. Is this, they call it the stone of destiny. The stone of destiny. I'm going to off the music so that it doesn't sing. They said the stone of destiny has arrived, right? So I don't know what made it the stone of destiny, is their culture. So most of these things we are following is actually their culture or what they have appropriated as their culture, right? So they say the stone of destiny has arrived at Westminster Abbey ahead of the king's coronation. So if you look at the coronation is actually a Christian, like a Christian service. It's like when you have a new baby and you take the baby to church for christening, like say baptism, like baby baptism. This is what it is like. You understand? It's purely a Christian thing. But if you look at it again, it will be like they are doing their own tradition of a sacred ritual, that kind of a thing. The things that inside the church. I don't know if you guys are following me, Greetings, Chide. So they say it's the stone of destiny. I don't know what is the stone of destiny got to do with the church and bringing it to the church building and ahead of the coronation. So we are going to be seeing it tomorrow. But for now, they are even standing and singing hymn and saying, God bless the king. So maybe it's like there's something they call the cornerstone. They say the chief cornerstone. So there's something about it and anchored in their core cultural belief, and they are doing it inside the church because the church is also a core of their cultural norm. You understand? So even though maybe they are not like day-to-day Christian, but any of the important things, they will go to church and have a church service, Yeah, so we are going to be experiencing the history we read in books, that we saw in television. We are going to see another history. So if you are able to tune in and see what you can learn, so we can talk about it later on. Yeah. Now their own juju. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We are saying the same thing in different way. Our brother say the timing couldn't be worse. It's because we are here, we are experiencing it. We are living it. That we can tell. There has never been a time where it was always goody for the general population. There's never been. It's just that we have the means to actually know what is going on, see day to day, or maybe you understand. But it has always been like that. Think about all the periods of conflict, all the wars, or the World War One, was it better? And these transitions and all these coronations and all this change of power has been going on. So it's always a constant thing. The Bible said it that, the poor will always be among you. It is what it is. It's gonna be like that. So we are living it, we are here, and that's why we can say, but the people who lived in the time of Elizabeth, when she was coronated, I don't think they were also having the best of their life. I think it was during beginning of industrial revolution. At that time, children were already, it was even working, they were loaded in factories and all those kind of a thing, and they work from dusk to dawn. It was horrible, right? But this is our own time to see the history that we are reading in the Bible, in Kings and First Samuel, Second Samuel. Now we want to go look for television tomorrow. But for those of you in London, I don't know whether you are able to go to the coronation. I think I think I would rather watch from a distance. Good evening. I greet you, Wumi. So, my people, have a good evening. Have a good night rest. Let me go and sleep. Tomorrow, by the grace of God, we'll see us again. Oh, yeah, I hope. I really hope. Take care of yourself, guys. And yeah, if there's anything you will want us to talk about, let me know in the comment section. Then I can, incorporate it in our evening or anytime I come live again. And for those of you that are left in that are worried about people who have been left in Sudan, all you have to do is start looking for a way to find any document that they can use to identify themselves. Because the information I got is that those people, they didn't have anything to show. They didn't have like nada, except that they were speaking Igbo language. Some of them have Sudanese passport, like they are Sudanese citizens. Some of them have other African countries' passports that they cannot even afford to go and evacuate, that their citizens are all man for himself, right? So they don't have Nigerian passport, they don't have anything. So maybe you start looking for how to get any kind of thing that they will use to identify themselves. I don't know, you understand that any magic can happen because they are crossing borders. They are crossing borders, and you have to identify yourself. Because if you don't identify yourself, they can't know who is who. Just because you are black, you speak Igbo doesn't mean anything in that kind of situation. So instead of you to be say APC, these are what are crying, you have to be looking for a solution for them actively. Those people, solicit for them, advocate for them, but stop whipping up tribal sentiment. So, it was all over the news. The first batch have arrived with the Nigerian Air Force, and there are 350 of them. And among them are also Igbo people that came back, the first batch. So obviously those ones they were able to identify themselves, and they are back, and others are following. It's not the only ones. They are still going to bring many back, because they said they have about 5,500 students, and then all together they have about 2 million. So I don't know that they are ever able to get all the business of all the people who are living there, maybe who have lived there for many years. I don't know. But I believe that those ones that are willing to come are able to prove, that the documentation that they can use to process their evacuation, that they will be able to pick them up. So that's only what I know at this point. Exactly. Yeah. How it is going down on that. Even Ethiopia didn't even give access at all. So they didn't give access at all. So only Egypt was actually giving them access. And someone said that they were actually crossing into Saudi Arabia also, from Port Sudan to come. So I don't know. You understand? So me, I didn't even know, like, I don't really know so much about that corner of the earth. I didn't know that it was that important for some people. I don't know. But obviously it is, right? So we are praying for them to be able to add them to the next batches, and that eventually they will come home. So let everybody begin to add. You can't blackmail anybody. It's a serious situation. It's a serious situation. Next time somebody is telling you burn your passport, I want it, okay, you give you blah, 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 blah. The one where you hold, you keep it one place first, because no be your papa book, right? You don't know tomorrow. Yeah. It's not a must, but it's something you can say, please. Please, Nigerian people, we are used you are used to, forgive, forgive, forgive. So I believe that the federal government will have to forgive them and help them, definitely. But it's not lying on the federal government, because the place where you want pass, they're not going to let you pass without anything to show. You understand? So if you don't have something to show that Nigeria, because they will park them in buses, with Nigerian flag, with Nigerian Air Force, all those kind of a thing. So you have to prove that you are part of this Nigerian identity. So no matter how flawed, no matter how backward, however you attribute Nigeria as a country, but at least in this President Buhari's administration, we have to really give it to President Buhari, because it is this administration that I've seen that government is actually going out to go and bring anybody. I've never seen it before. If anybody have seen it before, let me know. Because me, I've not seen it before. The days of Obasanjo, I did not see that they evacuate anybody. Anywhere anything was going, all man for himself. I remember one time when something was happening, was it in the Middle East or so? Everybody was, American people, they were evacuating themselves, Nigerian people who felt know them, all those things. So, but today now, I pray that we never go back to a time like that time. Today, many people, when they are leaving Nigeria, they will be happy. They'll say, I'm going on, If I will tell this, any day when I see my leg. You don't know tomorrow, right? So everybody's happy to go, or if wahala boss, you want to come back to that same one way you are running from. Yeah, unfortunately, that is just the way we see it. Wanting to, okay. I'm telling you. Good evening, Ada. Good evening. So, my people, have a good night rest now. Happy weekend, you all. See you guys. See you. Good night.